A few years ago during one of my streams, some random guy came into my chat, and he said exactly this. Small Ink couldn't beat my ROM hack, guys. It's too hard for him. Now, I usually don't respond to these kinds of messages in my Twitch chat, but this one, for whatever reason, piqued my interest, and so I checked it out. His challenge was a modified version of the already notoriously difficult Renegade Platinum ROM hack by Drayano. But the challenge wasn't just to beat the game, it was to Nuzlocke it, where if your Pokémon faints, it's dead forever. And if you lose any battle, you restart the whole game. And there are some other rules, but I'll bring them up with irrelevant. This was a genuinely difficult challenge that took him numerous attempts, over 4 months to complete. For me, it seemed fun enough to give it at least one attempt. So I did, a single attempt, way back in 2021. But the moment that attempt was done, I sealed the footage away and did nothing with it for years. Because the person that challenged me in the first place, I knew was special. I knew he was gonna be big. So I treated this footage like an investment. And now that Ludwig Ogren has millions of followers and immense internet fame, it's finally time to capitalize on my investment and cash in on his success. Here's how I beat his Ludlock on the very first try. I named myself Ludwin and the rival Ludloose. I picked my starter, Chimchar, and crushed Ludloose. I nicknamed it Xanady, after Xanady79. Pokemon nicknames are very important in this challenge, even more important than a traditional Nuzlocke. You have to name your Pokemon after your Twitch subs, and if that Pokemon dies, you have to ban them from your stream, only unbanning them once you've beaten the challenge. So, in every battle, real human lives hang in the balance. And this hack is incredibly challenging, but to make up for that, it does give you a lot of Pokemon to utilize. For example, you get the other 2 starters as well, Munch the Turtwig and Coda the Piplup. And revisiting Mom also gives you an Eevee, who I named Starling. With the encounters sorted, I finally ventured out into the world and attempted my very first battle against Lass Yoshi Sai. She led with a C-Dot, which Xanady easily embered, and then came the level 7 Mareep. I switched to Munch, and due to some bad paralysis luck, she couldn't handle it. But Mareep was only level 7, so it should only know Growl and Tackle, right? I switched to Coda to finish it off, and there's no way it knows Thunder Shock. It knows Thunder Wave! Woo! It does know Thunder Shock! So, there's 2 things I have to say here. 1, I hadn't realized until now that every Pokemon had been reworked completely. New stats, abilities, typings, and even movesets. This was a very rude awakening to that. And 2nd, this was actually my first real Nuzlocke. Clearly, I had a lot to learn. I'm so sorry, Coda. Losing Pokemon in this challenge wasn't great, because there was the classic Nuzlocke rule of 1 Pokemon per route, with the exception of gift Pokemon, so Pokemon and my Twitch subscribers were a limited resource. With the early routes, I did manage to get a full party, so the remaining battles on the way to Jubilife were uneventful. And in Jubilife, chat let me know that there were some more gift Pokemon in the Poké Center, if I could answer some trivia about Cutie and her boyfriend Ludwig. Second question. After some flawless trivia on my part, I won the grand prize of the 3 Kanto starters, and Timmy the Elekid from an egg I found next door. But the most influential encounter of the entire run would be this level 10 Magikarp I fished up and named Rio. I couldn't use her in her current state though, so it was up to my other subscribers to handle things until her massive impact on the run would be realized. Next up was the first real rival fight. I'm nervous because I actually have no idea what to expect here. I'm just gonna hope for the best though. I was scared for this fight because of an extra restriction Ludwig gave himself for this Nuzlocke. He was only allowed to look up information on specific boss trainers, so regular battles were quite often scarier than the big important ones. This isn't in the boss list. I let Timmy deal with Ludloose's first Pokemon, Starly, and had an easy low-kick kill on Munchlax. Or so I thought. That was a crit. Munch was able to sweep the rest of his team and learned Curse in the process, but the damage was done. I was 4 battles into this Ludlock, and 2 Pokemon had died already. This was completely unsustainable. I had to get good at Nuzlocking, and fast. In Orberg, I found Steven Stone, with a spare Beldum, whose moveset has been upgraded immensely. And after another quick quiz for Hoenn starters, I received Sapphire the Mudkip, who would help out on Tim64, the first gym leader, who was buffed significantly, having 5 Pokemon instead of the normal 3. Sapphire Water Pulsed the Nosepass, Geodude, and Cranidos, taking a strong Zen Headbutt in the process. This left a perfect opportunity for Nixus the Beldum to switch in and take the next one, and fire back with an Iron Head. Then came a big threat. Larvitar, with the Guts ability and a Flame Orb, increasing its attack. Munch took it head-on, surviving a bite and crushing it with a single Bullet Seed. The final Pokemon was a choice banded Mankey. Its strongest move against Munch was Fire Punch, so I swapped in Sapphire to take the hit and Bulldoze for some damage. Then, Luckiest the Wartortle finished it off with a nice Water Pulse crit. And that was badge number 1, a fight I didn't really prepare for. I was risking crits, and it just happened to all work out. I was making some terrible decisions, and the professional Nuzlockers in my chat were clearly scared for me. Ignorant of my incompetence, I marched forwards. On the path to Valley Windworks, I grabbed Pancake the Barboach in Ravaged Path. And, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop mentioning the encounters from now on, because this game has a lot. The Valley Windwork grunts were a breeze, and approaching the commander, I was feeling pretty confident, until I forgot something.
Here we go. Did I level up? I forgot to level up my Pokemon.
Since Commander Don B was a boss fight, I had prepared an ideal team to win the battle. But in preparing that team, I forgot to level them up to the level cap, which was another rule where you can't ever use any higher level Pokemon than the next boss's strongest. The cap here was 20, to match the Perugly. I mostly had level 18s. Fortunately, I had evolved Rio to a Gyarados, and Nixus to a Metang, both at level 20, so they were my strongest. The opening Zubat wasn't a threat to Nixus, who had learned Zen Headbutt to one-shot, but the Perugly was a monster. I took its Fake Out with Nixus and used Rio's Intimidate ability to lower Perugly's attack. I figured this would be enough to let Xanadu survive long enough to get the KO.
2 Mach Punches might do it. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no!
I then utilized Rio to gradually lower Perugly's attack stat further, but with every facade, I was risking death from a critical hit.
I missed Bounce? Bro! Okay, we took it out. Thank God. Woo!
The commander's remaining Pokemon all fell to Nixus, so no one was lost in this fight. My inexperience was obvious though. It was just a matter of time before my luck ran out and I would start getting punished for these mistakes. But today was not yet that day, because after getting a few more encounters, almost killing Rio to a Piplup's Bide and fishing up a Dratini, I got a critical chat message that would eventually come to derail this entire Nuzlocke challenge.
I'll sub if shiny. Mr. Fancy, is there any limit as to how long it could take me to find a shiny? No limit.
In some Nuzlocke rule sets, there can be an exception to the "you must only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in a route" rule. The Shiny Clause, where if you see a shiny Pokemon, you can catch it. Ludwig included this clause into his rule set, and I can tell you, he's gonna regret that. Because of the comment from Svancy, and my stubbornness to earn $3 from a stranger, I ran back and forth until I found one.
Excuse me, Google, please find a picture of Sonic's feet for me. He just has regular human feet, but they're just very big. Oh, that's a shiny!
We named the Slowpoke Svancy after my generous donor, but since the grass gym was next, I boxed her, did some extra story added to the hack, catching Sweppy the Feebas in the process, and prepped the team for a boss fight. I learned that Substitute breaks the trainer AI in this gym, so I taught that to Xanady, and as Blossom failed Stun Spore repeatedly, I was able to boost attack with Bulk Up and sweep through the entire fight with Flame Wheel. There's another boss fight immediately following Gym 2 in the Galactic base with the Commander. A relatively uneventful fight until I reached the final Pokemon, Skuntank. I switched in my starter Xanady as Skuntank used Focus Energy.
That's terrifying. Do we use Flame Wheel or Brick Break? Flame Wheel for the burn, right? Burned! Let's go! Torment, you can't use the same move twice in a row, yes? This is Aftermath, so if it hits me, we're dead. No, don't go down, don't go down. Not this turn. No, that might be Aftermath. Oh, does Bird count Aftermath?
By skillfully avoiding more critical hits, I made it through the boss fight unharmed. But again, it was just a matter of time until my luck ran out. I sped through a few easy fights, picking up some important Pokemon along the way, a Porygon named Pulse, which I evolved to a Porygon 2. I evolved Sweppy to a beautiful Milotic, and Justin into Feraligatr. I caught RX, the Gabite, and a lucky Zangoose. And then, I initiated the battle against the next gym leader, named Hopeless.
Wait, oh no, I started with the wrong Pokemon! Ah!
My plan for this gym was simple. Same as the last gym, set up behind a substitute and sweep. Lucky was supposed to do this, but I accidentally led with Rio, forcing me to waste my precious first turn with a switch.
Please use Shadow Ball. No!
My idea was to get Zangoose in front of Gengar with a substitute active, but because I wasted the single turn, the order was all messed up and I had to take out Drifblim before Lucky was fully ready, leading to this.
Don't KO, don't KO. It KO'd? What? He couldn't even take one?
My entire plan for the gym had been ruined. I didn't really have any backup plans here, so I recklessly switched in Sweppy. In an unmodified version of Pokemon Platinum, this would have been a totally fine decision, but this was Mogul Platinum.
No, wait, it has Sludge Bomb. I'm an idiot. Oh, this is Fairy type. I didn't even think about that. No!
I made another impulsive switch to Porygon 2, who immediately received a Hypnosis. It did manage to stay alive a few turns with Recover, but its fate was sealed.
Pulse is down.
Justin was able to finish off the Gengar, but got burned in the scuffle. I tried to eliminate the Mismagius with Sweppy, but after a dangerous special defense drop, I had to switch yet again to my Purpley Pig Furret.
We need to hope it uses Shadow Ball. Nice. Shadow Claw.
With Justin the Feraligatr burned, and the rest of my team unprepared, Purpley now needed to solo the remaining two Pokemon. Luckily, between the Bayonet and the Dusclops, the only non-ghost attacking move was Bayonet's Sucker Punch, allowing Purpley to rest, and just barely Shadow Claw out of victory.
Die, idiot! We won! Right? Let's go! We defeated Hopeless! Man, that sucked. That's what you get for starting with the wrong Pokemon. 2 deaths!
I was finally punished for my careless, irresponsible playstyle. And although only 2 Pokemon were lost, with just one more mistake, that battle could have very easily ended my run. I needed to start taking this challenge seriously. So I cleared some easy story in the Pokemon Mansion and decided to catch all my newly available encounters. Spiritomb was the first.
No weaknesses?
It killed itself. Gengar in the haunted house was next.
Ah!
It also killed itself.
All these Pokemon just want to die!
Rotom was the last important encounter I could get.
Come on! Catch it! Oh my god, we actually caught a Pokemon. Let's do it. Let's go, baby. Okay.
Oh, it didn't die.
We're gonna name this one Stal.
With 2 of my 3 good encounters dead, I was in quite the foul mood. A mood that was made significantly worse by this specific Ace Trainer. The Ace Trainer that, in the past, had ruined my Pokemon Platinum damageless attempt,
No! Why?
returned to take another life.
That is not what I expected. It's supposed to be a Gliscor. Apparently the Pokemon have been changed. I was badly poisoned. It's very bad. It got a crit. You've got to be kidding me.
Rio had died. Gyarados, one of the single best Pokemon to have in a Nuzlocke, was killed in some reckless trainer battle. I was deep in despair and needed some kind of win to bring back the morale. And then it hit me. I realized Ludwig's Ludlocke had a fatal flaw, a single statement in the rules that trivialized the game, but only if you had enough patience. And oh, do we know I have plenty of that. What followed this realization is maybe the single most legendary moment I have ever had on my stream.
Move 2 steps up for better shiny luck. Thanks.
The realization I made was that the Shiny Clause allows you to catch any shiny Pokemon, regardless of your circumstances. What I haven't mentioned is that the base hack Mogul Platinum was built on has increased shiny odds, 1 in 256. So I shiny hunted a bit for another Magikarp to replace Rio. This did feel a bit cheesy, so I didn't want to abuse it and go against the spirit of the challenge. And if I ever do another Nuzlocke, it definitely will not have this rule included. But Steak was added to the team, and with the mood high as ever, I prepared for the 4th gym. And for the first time, I went in with an actual plan.
Opens up with a Medicham. It's going to fake out first turn. We protect. There's the fake out. No damage. It's going to high jump kick. We switch into Dusker. It kept going and crashed. Now it's going to use either Ice Punch or Zen Headbutt, which Nixus can handle.
One rule I forgot to mention until now is that if a trainer has a healing item, I am then allowed to also use an equivalent healing item, which is a rule Ludwig added because I guess this children's game was too hard for him. Anyways, I swapped between Dusker and Nixus until Medicham was taken out with Shadow Sneak, which brought in Lucario. I knew Dark Pulse was coming, so I brought in my Water Fairy Sweppy to take the hit and pivoted to Steak to handle the Flash Cannon.
And now we Earthquake. Good. That was the biggest threat. They sent him a champ. It's going to use Thunder Punch or Protect. Either way. We'll send in Munch.
Munch had the Shell Armor ability, which prevented critical hits, allowing her to waste time with curses, living all of Machamp's hits as its toxic orb slowly withered it away, ending it with Earthquake. Infernape was sent out next, and Sweppy was prepared to take it on. Before the fight, I even burned Sweppy, activating its Marble Scale ability, which gave it a 50% defense boost. It was also holding leftovers I had stolen from a wild Munchlax a while back, negating half of the burn damage each turn. With the simple idea of Recover and Water Pulse, Infernape fell easily. The final Pokemon was a Toxicroak, so I pivoted through Nixus to absorb a Poison Jab into Dusker, who was designed to eliminate the Fighting Frog. She used Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray for some chip damage, and Shadow Sneak to prevent Toxicroak from Sucker Punching, until it was defeated and the gym badge was mine. The plan went off without a hitch, but looking back, it definitely wasn't perfect. If I got some extreme bad luck with critical hits or flinches from Dark Pulse, it could have very quickly turned bad. It was obvious, though, that I was improving at this whole Nuzlocke thing, just a little bit. There were some uneventful fights that followed, including a rival fight, but nothing really special until Gym 5. I came up with another strategy I thought was solid for leader Glyza that involved rotating between Stake and Stall to repeatedly intimidate the gross blue blob. Once its attack was fully reduced, I set up Stake with Dragon Dances. This was a bit risky because, of course, freezes and critical hits are a thing that exist, but I felt confident because the leader could use healing items, allowing me to heal off any terrible luck myself. Fortunately, the healing wasn't even needed, and Stake just swept the entire gym with a series of Earthquakes and a Crunch. It was now time to head towards Celestic Town. I got a cool Skarmory along the way and did some intense preparation for an incredibly difficult rival fight against Cutie. I had a simple but foolproof strategy that relied on a burned Sweppy to take physical hits, thanks to its Marble Scale ability, and recover off any major damage while it sweeps them. So I pre-burned Sweppy and ran into Cutie.
We've played for... No! She heals you?
With a single act of cruelty disguised as generosity, Cutie healed my team, and by extension, Sweppy's burn, shattering my strategy in an instant. Sly the Aerodactyl, who I had revived from a fossil a while back, quickly crunched Cutie's Alakazam, going along with the original plan. Golduck arrived next, which my Sidon was built to beat with its Shockwave. Then Cutie surprised me yet again, sending out her Torterra. I was pretty sure Dusker could handle the Land Tortoise, so I switched her in on a Woodhammer.
Why did that do so much?
I had prepared by giving Dusker Ice Punch, which definitely would one-shot because it's super duper effective, right? Since it didn't kill, and Dusker was now in death range from a Woodhammer, I did an emergency exit to Stake, who would definitely kill with a Waterfall, right?
No. A Hyper Potion? It's gonna use Rock Slide.
Because I knew it was definitely going to use Rock Slide, I knew Dusker could take the hit and could now heal with an equivalent energy root. Dusker managed to survive the Woodhammer, and the energy root brought it back from the brink of death. Ice Punch did its job this time. Mamoswine was in next, and anticipating a powerful Earthquake, I figured Stall could levitate over it.
Stone Edge. Okay, that's fine. I forgot you don't have a water move.
I tried Shadow Ball with Stall, but the damage just wasn't enough and had to fall back on Dusker to take more physical hits. Luckily, a Will-O-Wisp landed and Sweppy, with the support of the burn, defeated the Mammoth. Then the monster came out, Lopunny. I mentioned before that many Pokemon's stats were modified in this game. Lopunny was one of these Pokemon. With an extra 30 points in its attack stat, this bunny had a terrifying base 106 attack, making it stronger than an Infernape, for example. Not only that, it had a Choice Band, which increased its attack another 50%, making it stronger than base Groudon. And not only that, it had Strength, which was buffed to be 100 base power, equal to that of an Earthquake. And the cherry on top, it was also given the ability Scrappy, allowing it to hit Ghost types. None of my Pokemon had any chance of surviving a hit from this thing. The only way was to maybe survive a hit after Sake had intimidated it.
There's a crit.
I switched back into Sweppy and naively hoped it would survive a single strength and fire back a one-hit KO with Moonblast. Because Lopunny had been given the fighting type in this hack, and thanks to a run-saving critical hit, Sweppy clutched the one-shot. The battle wasn't over yet though, as Golduck was still waiting in the back. I sent out Sidon to take its Psychic, but unfortunately, I didn't really plan for Sidon to have to switch in a second time. So to finish it off, I had to pivot into Sly.
What?
Only to be surprised yet again with another healing item. Sly was an Aerodactyl with a decent attack stat, and Golduck was given the Psychic typing, so I just clicked Crunch thinking it would one-shot. It did not, and Golduck's Surf was enough to KO in return. Dusker finished off the dumb duck with Shadow Sneak, but the damage was done. Aerodactyl gone, and the blood of a second Gyarados was on my hands. I was heartbroken. It felt like the universe was toying with my emotions, gifting me a shiny Magikarp so quickly just to rip it away from me only hours later, like a stake through my heart. Such a beautiful, majestic, iconic, irreplaceable.
Yo, shiny Magikarp?
Yeah, so I just got another one in Celestic Town and named it Fantry. But do remember that any Pokemon death was a tragic loss, forcing me to ban one of my most dedicated viewers each time. I couldn't be too brazen or I'd end up with 0 viewers and the death of my entire Twitch channel. I really thought my preparation for that last battle was perfect, and my hubris got the best of me. It was a tough lesson. I can never get too comfortable. Any battle could go wrong and be my last. Like the Galactic boss battle in the Celestic Ruins against Mr. Glizzy Hands himself. My preparation for this fight, like most other fights, was rather rudimentary. I just picked one Pokemon that I thought would have a good matchup against theirs and didn't look into it any further. The lack of deliberate planning was put on full display here.
We're going to hope Hypnosis misses. It did not Hypnosis. Let's go. I flinched. I have nothing for this. It has a super effective move for everyone else on my team.
The whole Nuzlocke run was jeopardized simply because a Crobat hit a couple Hypnosis and flinched once or twice. There was only one way out of this predicament.
I think Atriarch is one potion.
Since Atriarch had a Hyper Potion in his bag, I was allowed to use the Energy Root in mine. So, after a few more turns of frustration, Nixus finally bashed the bat. The rest of the battle went smoothly, with each of my other counters successfully defeating their intended targets.
Easy, alright.
Before being allowed to access Canalav City, Mocha Platinum forces the player over to the Pal Park to fight Castle Valet Automated for some tea. With my floundering around during the Cutie and Atriarch fights, I started to realize that this trend of barely scraping by each battle was not sustainable. And so, for Automated, I formed a more comprehensive battle plan. I started with Fantry to intimidate the opener, Gallade, then immediately swapped it out for Munch. Since Munch can't get critical hit, I knew I was completely safe to Synthesis and Curse until Munch's stats maxed out. Then it was a trivial matter of attacking until Automated's physical attacking team was defeated. A plan with only one potential flaw.
Entei will be using Sacred Fire. We need to hope to God it does not burn. Sacred Fire is a physical move that shouldn't do too much.
Munch was burned, but still clutched the knockout on Entei. I would not be so lucky with the incoming Staraptor. Ironhead left it with a sliver, and Staraptor nearly devoured my Munch, and was threatening to finish the job. This was a more comprehensive plan though, for I had contingency plans. I brought Nixus as a backup for Staraptor, Fantry for Automated's Metagross, and Sweppy for his only special attacker, Alakazam. It was the first time something went wrong in a fight, and I didn't just flail around. I considered more than just the best case scenario, and it felt good.
I made a mistake, but all of the backups paid off.
I wanted another clean victory, so I prepared just as hard for the ensuing Canalav Ludlose fight.
Let's just double check everything. We have Stealth Rock and Fly, which we need. Roost as well. We have the Chesto Berry on you. We have the Thunderbolt and the Magnet on Stall. We can basically take any hit from Empoleon because every move is going to be not very effective. Snail has the Focus Sash. It has Aerial Ace, so it can hit the Heracross. It has Fly, so it can hit the Breloom. We have Dusker to take the Staraptor out. Dusker's defenses are absolutely insane. It has the leftovers. There's nothing that Staraptor will be able to do, especially with that Choice Band. And we have Sweppy for the Arcanine, who will be able to take a close combat, Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Crunch, etc., etc. We have Recover. I think we're good. All right, let's do this. All right, Dawa starts with the stones as it close combats us. How much is that going to do? That did a lot. Okay, it is now stuck in close combat, so we switch into Dusker. It will not be able to hit us. We can now use Confuse Ray. We could have set up. It didn't switch. I mean, this is fine. We can Ice Punch. It is still stuck. Good. It will now send an Arcanine, most likely. It will be using Crunch. Crunch is doing nothing against Sweppy. Yeah, nothing. We can Surf. It'll be Extreme Speeding? Nope, Flare Blitz. Gotcha. Hit with Recoil. Took out the Arcanine. The next Pokemon to come out most likely will be the Breloom. Breloom will try to put Dawa to sleep. No, it won't use Spore. Because I'm burned, it can't use Spore. I don't know. Bullet Seed. That did nothing. I believe we're free to fly. That's a crit, isn't it? No! I was paralyzed. Oh god. That is terrible luck. Use Roost. I'll literally die. We're gonna have to switch in Snail. You've got to be kidding me, dude. It outspeeds now. Empoleon. Thunderbolt. Can't really do anything. Thunderbolts again. Heracross is Mega Horn, Close Combat, Protect, and Rock Slide. It's gonna get burned this turn. It's most likely gonna Protect. We have a free switch. We did not get a free switch. It tried to use Protect. That's awesome. I mean, having it be burned is great. It used Mega Horn, not Rock Slide. That's interesting. I think we're free to Ice Punch. Burn, take it out. Thank God. That double paralysis. I forgot Force Palm could paralyze. No deaths, though. No deaths.
There was a Force Palm Paralysis fiasco, but I didn't panic and made it through unharmed. And deathless. I felt like I was finally hitting my stride, and Gym 6 highlighted that fact. Looking at this fight, I noticed two valuable details. Every Pokemon was weak to Earthquake, and the leading Pokemon, Bronzong, only had Gyro Balls an attacking move. This left an incredible opening for a cheesy fight. On the first turn, Dawa the Skarmory set up Stealth Rocks to break the opponent's sturdy and focus-sashed Pokemon. Then, the shiny Fantry switched in and Dragon danced to its heart's content. Once it was unstoppably strong, each of the opposing Pokemon fell with a single tap on the screen.
That is badge number 6. We got the Mind Badge.
I was finally getting comfortable with the Nuzlocke challenge. A little too comfortable.
Double battles are terrifying because they can double up on me, but I think we'll be okay. We're going to start by flying the Dustox, and we're going to Thunder Punch the Beautifly. That was actually perfect. Beautifly dead, and we flew, so the Dustox Protect doesn't matter. We can Thunder Punch the Butterfree. Oh god. No! I'm gonna switch in Pawn. Use Iron Head on the Beedrill. Jesus! A critical hit Hurricane. No! They used it on Nixus! I switched in the wrong Pokemon!
Nixus was a tragic loss. With its fantastic typing, stats, and move pool, it wouldn't be easily replaced. I couldn't just get a shiny like I did with Gyarados. Beldums were far too rare, and are the most difficult Pokemon to catch in the history of Pokemon for some reason, so there's no way I was gonna do that.
I'll give you 1K if you catch shiny Beldum in 2 hours. $1,000. That's a shiny Solrock. That's not a Metang, so we're gonna just keep going, I guess. A few people found Gymnast from the Back in Time video. That's a shiny Clefairy. Okay. In the video, it says it's claimed, and it's just turkeys. There's another Clefairy. I bet the next shiny is gonna be a Metang, of course. It'll be a Zubat now. Somebody definitely called it. Let's go! First try!
Oh my god!
I didn't get the $1,000, but we got the Metang. Let's go!
I know this is supposed to be a Nuzlocke and not some shiny hunting Pokemon challenge, but I feel like I need to reiterate here, I didn't make the rules. Ludwig did. And Ludwig did this exact same thing in his attempts. He even did a shiny hunt in the exact same room. But I don't use most of those Pokemon anyways. It's a pure Nuzlocke from here on out. Well, that would be the case if I didn't see another simple flaw in Ludwig's rule set. Gift Pokemon. He allowed multiple Pokemon from a single area as long as they were received from an NPC. In most Pokemon games, this doesn't give much of an advantage. Couple extra Pokemon here and there, but nothing huge. In Platinum though, there's one NPC that stands as the exception. The Museum Scientist. This guy gives you a Pokemon for every fossil you obtain. And in Platinum, because fossils are renewable in the underground and are determined by your trainer ID, I realized I have unlimited Shieldons. Okay, so they're not the greatest Pokemon to have an unlimited number of, but I did find a use for them. For example, for the 7th gym badge, I sacrificed Dubs the Shieldon to set up Stealth Rock's turn 1, damaging each new incoming Pokemon. Zanity then arrived to Swords Dance and avenged the disposable Triceratops with a clean sweep for an easy badge. Atrioc in Galactic HQ was more of the same. Bait Crobat into Choice Banded Cross Poison to allow Shiny Metang to set up screens, then another Swords Dance sweep. With the Galactic headquarters cleared, I could finally reach the peak of Mount Coronet in the climax of the story. The regular trainers in the game were starting to get rather difficult, but I was still playing around them quite well with very little going wrong on the hike up.
If you use Nasty Plot, I am going to scream.
Spear Pillar and beyond had some of the most intimidating fights this game had to offer. A 12v12 against 2 commanders, followed by the final battle against Atrioc, where he has 7 Pokemon, 2 of them being Palkia and Dialga. I took my time meticulously planning these 2 fights and went in, more nervous than I'd ever been. For the tag team battle, the plan was simple. Bring 6 defensive, near unkillable Pokemon, and have them sit there until my rival defeated the commander's dozen. Surprisingly, this worked pretty well.
Switching you, reflect. Okay, we use Light Screen, Bronzong. I'm gonna switch into Beans. Okay. Kangaskhan has Hammer Arm, also it has Fake Out. We're just gonna try stockpiling though. It's gonna fake me out. Nope. Okay, we're gonna stockpile again. Good. As long as they continue to take out the right side, this isn't bad at all. We're gonna stockpile again. Okay, they send a Breloom. I'm gonna try an Ancient Power now. No, nice. It hit. Excellent. Please get the boosts. No boosts, that's fine. Okay, we'll Ancient Power Perugly. Rival is almost completely swept. That's super effective. But our Light Screen wore off. Okay, this is fine. Empoleon. Gnosis me, that's chill. Keep attacking that right side. Swagger. Attack sharply, Rose. That's actually really good. Wait, and the right side has completely been taken out. So we only have to deal with 1 Pokemon at a time now. Nice. This has Focus Blast, but I mean our special defense is really high. Ice Beam. Skuntank. It's chill. Gunk Shots me again. Ice Beams. We Rock Slide. Just have to deal with that. I'm just going to recover. Nice. Okay.
Battle 1 done, 1 left in the Distortion world. The Atrioc fight had 2 parts. The 2 legendaries, then his 5 that followed. The Dialga and Palkia fight is forced into a double battle. They were also much higher level than the current level cap, so I couldn't just out-damage them. I needed some other strategy, and I realized Lapras was the perfect answer. It had the ability Shell Armor, so it wouldn't get critical hit, and learn the move Perish Song, which kills every Pokemon in 3 turns. It was guaranteed to survive any 2 attacks from these legendary beasts. So I could sing a song, switch around, and protect until the gods of time and space had fallen. 5 Pokemon remain. By this point in the Ludlocke and over the last few major battles, I had begun to realize the true value of stat-raising moves in Nuzlockes, and had made another easy solution for the Atrioc fight utilizing them. I wanted my Claw Fossil-gifted Scorpius to polish his rocks and dance with his swords and annihilate Atrioc's evil ensemble. Things did not go to plan. As I said before, I was more nervous than ever, and as my scheming got more advanced, there was more to consider, and more that could be forgotten.
We Rock Polish. No! No!
While planning, I somehow forgot cross poison could, well, poison. With the tiniest hitch in my plan, I panicked and took out the Crobat as fast as I could, forgetting to consider what would happen afterwards.
No! I had a full restore! No! I forgot!
Luckily, I had learned from my past mistakes and brought some backup in case things went awry. But I was now playing on the back foot. With 1 or 2 more bad decisions, I could lose this battle, and thus the entire 43-hour attempt. I focused up and knew what had to be done. With each Pokemon Atriarch revealed, I sent in the best counter I could come up with. Aurex for Honchkrow, Sweppy for Weavile, Stall for Zapdos, and Sidon for Houndoom. There were no crits from him, and so my team made it out alive in the end. With Giratina taken care of, there was only 1 badge to go. Since I was this deep into the challenge, I had begun to fully analyze every detail of every boss battle, each enemy's move, ability, and items. For Badge 8, after a thorough review of the leader, I formulated my most complicated plan yet.
Let me double check. So the strategy that we're using for this gym, they open up with a Jolteon. Jolteon has Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Grass Knot, and Thunder Wave. It can't hit me with electric type moves, so Munch is going to go in. It's going to set up Stealth Rocks, Light Screen, Reflect. It's going to Earthquake to break the Focus Sash on Jolteon. Once all that's set up, they're going to do very minimal damage. We're going to switch into Starling, okay? They're going to probably use Shadow Ball on Starling, which will do almost no damage at all, but we're going to swagger the Jolteon to confuse it, but also raise its attack. The Jolteon will then paralyze us. Our ability Synchronize will paralyze the Jolteon. We have a Cherry Berry, so we're cured from paralysis. The next turn we'll be able to substitute, so it can no longer paralyze us anymore. Then we are free to swagger a few times to raise its attack more. We'll Psych Up to steal the attack bonuses. We'll Baton Pass to switch into Zanity, where Zanity is now going to be a +6 that'll outspeed everything. And we can Mach Punch, Thunder Punch, Earthquake, or Close Combat, whatever comes in after that. There's a Pokemon with a Focus Sash, but we have the Stealth Rocks that'll handle that, and we should be good.
It should have been a flawless plan, if not for an unexpected issue.
We start with Light Screen, and then we Stealth Rock. Then we Reflect. Then we Earthquake. It doesn't have a Focus Sash! Why did it remove the Focus Sash?
For whatever reason, in the documentation I was given by Ludwig, Jolteon was supposed to be holding a Focus Sash item, allowing it to survive any one hit on at least 1 HP. I planned on using up the Focus Sash at the start of the battle, forcing the leader Jeff to use up his heals early, and allowing a safe switch into my teammates to continue the setup. For reasons I am still unaware of, this wasn't the case, and it was instead holding nothing, forcing me to throw everything out and steer wildly for the entire fight. A fight which I knew could be my last.
Damn it. It's going to use Overheat now. Okay. Luxray, we get Intimidated. Luxray knows Ice Fang, Fire Fang, and Crunch. It's either going to Crunch or Ice Fang me right now. Defense fell. We outspeed, though. This should be a one-shot. That's a crit! No, it wasn't even a crit. What the hell? It doesn't have any priority. Close Combat, Ice Punch, Fire Punch. It can do anything right now. I have to switch, though. We can still heal because it used healing items. Defenses fell. I'm gonna need to sack something. I think Sapphire is the least useful. We're switching in Sapphire. It used Wild Charge! We could use another one, yeah. How much did that do? Is this gonna get taken out right now? Yeah? Not if we protect. We'll get leftovers. And now we can Earthquake. We live that, baby! Let's go! Alright, Magnezone. It has Tri-Attack, Thunderbolt, and Flash Cannon. It is about to Tri-Attack. I'm gonna switch into Starling. Yeah. Then we're gonna Swagger. I'm gonna Substitute. I'm gonna Baton Pass. Good. That was a good switch into RX, so we got a free, safe switch into RX, and now we should Earthquake and win. No deaths. We beat Jeff. Everything went wrong, and we did it. No deaths.
All 8 badges obtained on my first attempt of my first real Nuzlocke. This could go the distance. I traversed through Victory Road, but lost a few valuable subscribers along the way to some tough fights.
No! Lot Bunny has Fake Out, but we outspeed and Mach Punch KOs. What? Lot Bunny outspeeds?
Come on, flinch. Don't crit.
Ah! Shiny Magikarp! Go! And then it shows up. That would have been... Oh, well, it was a little bit late, but it works, I guess.
After a brutal trip through the last cavern, I finally reached the Pokemon League. 5 final trainers stood between me and completely embarrassing Ludwig at his own game. I prepared for hours for these 5 battles, trying to consider the optimal team composition and movesets, spent time calculating damage rolls and EV spreads, and with 59 hours on the clock and my Mint Mogul Moves floral print embroidered original Ludwig merchandise, I entered the league. No going back now. It was time to find out if what I learned over the course of this Nuzlocke, my first Nuzlocke, was enough.
First turn, we Stealth Rock. We hope it uses Toxic. Good. Second turn, we Swords Dance, as it Toxics again. We Swords Dance again, as it either Dark Pulses or Protects. Good. Actually, that's probably a worst case. I full Restore now, because that's +4, right? +4 guaranteed KOs everything. Your Dark Pulses? No, double protected. Okay, now we Earthquake. We're at full health, that's good. Okay, we Vial. It will be using Ice Shard, Extreme Speed. If the documentation is correct, Extreme Speed has been updated, so we should outspeed an Ice Shard. Thank God. That was the thing that I was most concerned about for this battle. Good. And Polion has Ice Beam. We can Earthquake. Yes. I forgot about that. It should still KO, but I forgot about that. Please. Earthquake. The worst this thing could do is Waterfall, but I don't think it survives. Good. Snorlax. Earthquake should be a guaranteed kill. Okay. This is Sucker Punch, so we have to Extreme Speed. Okay, first one down. Perfect. We level up everyone once. 73 is the cap? Yes. Okay. This old lady, what you've learned. Okay, Neeper. Stealth Rock first turn, please. It should. Good. We need at least 3 curses. Good. No defense drop. Good. 2. Unless I play wrong, we have a guaranteed win in this fight. Knock on wood, or whatever. There's no reason not to do more, because we're going to heal more and more each turn. And we'll be at full health for Rhyperior, which is going to come out next. You just don't want to see a defense drop. And that's 6 curses. Okay, now we'll Seed Bomb. No defense drop, please. Good. This went well. This score. That's strange. Doesn't matter. Why is it strange? They have a Rhyperior with Ice Punch. I should have switched that in, because this is going to do more. It's Choice Banded. He has 140 attack. It'll probably deal a quarter. Yeah. That's the most any Pokemon on the team can do. Other than, Cyndaquil. Another Seed Bomb. It'll either bounce or Dragon Dance. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. I'm just hoping we have to deal with Cyndaquil last. That's actually super good. Okay. Seed Bomb. It's going to... Stone Edge? No, it Earthquakes. Okay, it's fine. Cyndaquil or Typhlosion? Cyndaquil. It's deliberately really weak. It does Fear strats. It has like Endeavor Quick Attack. But in the sand, Endeavor KOs a Pokemon. Good. It's going to Endeavor, but it'll Endeavor first, so we might as well Earthquake. So we're going to lose some HP here. But that's fine, because it'll hold on with its Focus Sash, and then the Sandstorm will take it down. Neeper said Cyndaquil was his favorite Pokemon, so they did Endeavor Quick Attack. That's so funny. Well, they all love their favorite Pokemon on the team. Is Slime's favorite Pokemon Quagsire? That's disgusting. Battle 2 done. Battle was very easy. Yeah, if everything went great, it was really easy. If we got crunch defense drops, if we got frozen, could have went differently. We can level up one more time. This is probably the riskiest strat that I have the least confidence in, but someone guaranteed me that it will work. So we'll see how it goes. Let's do it. He's got a sick beard, doesn't he? Look at that. It's looking good. Oh my god, the muscles! Is this was that hanging? Bro. Okay, so I believe they're guaranteed to use Solar Beam on this turn, which should charge it up. So we need to switch so I can protect next turn. No, that is so bad. Why the hell did it use Confuse Ray? Somebody lied. That completely ruins the strategy. This could ruin everything. I can't PP stall because Confuse Ray has more than Solar Beam and it'll switch out. Okay, I have a backup. I have a backup. Yawn. Why did it Moonblast? The rain is messing with the AI. Scald works? No, we can't. I prepared to set up on this Ninetales. Maybe because Solar Beam isn't a one-hit KO. This may be fine. This may be okay. It might be because I raised up my special defense so much that Solar Beam wasn't a one-hit KO. That's probably what it was. That has to be it. That's the only explanation. We need to, I think, use 6 of these. It's really bad. How many do we have? Why? Okay, that's really weird. Okay, we've used 3 Dragon Dances. I don't think 3 is enough. I'm gonna Dragon Dance again. If they Confuse Ray, we can always full restore. Good. We'll protect next turn. That's what it's supposed to do. We're back to pretty much full health. Good. We have to do it one more time. Solar Beam, come on. Yes. We had to do it. It wasn't greed. It was literally required. Protect. Yes. Okay. Waterfall. Good. We outspeed. Is an earthquake stronger? Not in the rain. In the rain, waterfall is stronger. Oh, this is Flame Body. Rapidash and Magmortar had Flame Body. Jesus. What? I should have Earthquake. There was no reason not to Earthquake there. That would have ruined everything. 100%. Because Quagsire, it would have Toxic'd actually. We would have been fine. Oh, no, it couldn't have Toxic'd. It would have Waterfalled and one-hit KO'd us, wouldn't it? Damn. Well, we got lucky. It couldn't one-shot me. With Waterfall, it might have. Stab, Waterfall in the rain. There's a chance. I haven't raised my defenses at all. With the crit, it would have. Nice. Okay. So member 3 down. We now need to teach some moves. We need to teach Substitute to you. Yes? So we get rid of Protect. We need to teach 2 things. Captivate. You. Okay. We also need to teach you Captivate. We need to level up our Pokemon once, and then we're going into the next battle. This is Nick. Psychic types. Let's do it. It's male. Good. That's good. Awesome. Good. Okay, so now it can't crit me. It did a decent amount, but now it's doing less. Good. It's at -6, so we switch into Luckiest now. No crit, no crit, please. Yawn. If it crits, I'm gonna scream. Good. We protect now? Good. Yeah, it's asleep. We switch into Whiscash. We guaranteed get at least 1 turn for sub. Reflect wore off. It'll try and use Reflect then, instead of attack. That's awesome. So we set up a sub. Nice. Lefties. Light Screen will off. It'll use Light Screen next turn, so we can Dragon Dance. We need to do it 6 times. I use Psychic. No crit. Awesome. Now we should outspeed, so even if our sub breaks, we're fine. There's Light Screen. Good. 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 So we've used 2. Now we'll use 3. Is Espeon still faster? What the hell? Sub didn't break. Awesome. Okay, we outspeed now. Good. That might break it. Yep, that's fine, because we outspeed now. So there's substitute. Good. 2 more Dragon Dances. I don't know when Reflect wears off. It might wear off this turn. We need to keep an eye on it. As long as this is not a crit, it won't break it. Good. Did Reflect wear off yet? I'm not sure. That's 6. We're gonna hope Reflect wears off this turn. Aura Sphere. Did they run out of Psychics? Don't break the sub. Good. And the Reflect wore off. Perfect timing. Yeah. We use 6. We can Waterfall. Waterfall will deal more because it's in the rain. There you go. We have the sub up, so even if Alakazam outspeed somehow, we're fine. That's the only one that could possibly outspeed us. I don't think it will, but it could. Rain is still up, so we'll Waterfall. Yes. And we outspeed. Good. So a lot of stress off. Guaranteed Oko. There's no shot he survives this. Yeah. He was just outspeeding. I was a little concerned about. This is Leaf Blade. I don't think it's going to outspeed, though. 60 hours in. Let's go. Good. Now there's only Tyranitar and Bronzong left. Please show me Bronzong first. Good. Oh, sorry. And Metagross. Good. This means Waterfall is going to do the most amount of damage because it does Levitate. Awesome. This is Impish. I believe that raises defense. This should KO. If it doesn't, it might just reflect, but it shouldn't survive. No. Good. Impish is special defense. Impish is plus defense minus special attack. Okay, good. This is going well. Metagross. Okay, now I believe Earthquake does more here, so we will Earthquake. And finally, Tyranitar comes out to finish. Now, Waterfall is going to do less, so we have to Earthquake here, because it's not raining anymore. Okay, that's the Elite Four done. It's just Cynthia. Bretsick is going to come out, and Techno, just here for the support. This should work fine. Time to level everyone up, though. Okay, we can level up to level 78. If I lose this fight, I have to start the whole game over from the beginning, yes. Let's do this. I think we're ready. We didn't lose any Pokemon on the way. First attempt. Will I do it? After 60 hours, we're here. This is it. The final battle. As the Pokemon League champion, I accept your challenge. It's time. Spiritomb. Alright, Breadstick. Let's see what you freaking got. Will-O-Wisp. Get stuck on Will-O-Wisp. Let's go. There's a chance that it just spams Will-O-Wisp, because the AI might not be smart enough to recognize a substitute. We're gonna hope that happens. Use Will-O-Wisp again. Come on. No? Okay, that's okay. Not a big deal. Didn't break the sub? Let's go. It didn't break the sub. Okay. It didn't break the sub again? Oh my god. Bro, this Breadstick's a monster, dude. That's 3. Okay, that has to be it, right? Okay, yeah. But we're back at full health, so we can just sub again. Because now it's just going to Will-O-Wisp, waste its turn. It'll give me a free turn for sub. Oh, Dark Pulse. What a dummy. Good. We know we can take 3 of them. We need 3 more Dragon Dances. I'll probably have a sub up as well. Okay, yeah, it looks like Lucario has Extreme Speed. So we'll need to have a sub up for that, for Lucario's Extreme Speed. Most likely it won't use Extreme Speed, though. It'll probably use Meteor Mash because it's super effective. Confuse Ray failed. Let's go. Stupid AI, baby. It didn't recognize that I was behind a sub. That's +6. Okay. It confused Ray again. Let's go. We're at full HP. Almost. We're at +6. Let's Earthquake. Let's do it. I'm at +6. It has to one-hit KO, right? Doesn't matter how defensive this thing is. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. And we're full health. Leftovers. Togekiss. We have to use Fly. See ya. Missed, of course. There we go. Sure be a one-hit KO. I can't imagine it isn't. It's really interesting they sent out Togekiss, though. What? It survived? Oh, but it used Thunder Wave. She's gonna use an item. No, she didn't. That must have been the lowest of low rolls. Now that scares me. This is Surf, Ice Beam, Recover, and Hypnosis. It Ice Beams here, if it survives. It shouldn't, right? It's Calm. Is Calm physically defensive? Okay, we're good. Yeah. We're good. This has Extreme Speed. I don't think it'll use it, though. I'm pretty sure it's going to try and use Meteor Mash. Yeah, it used Meteor Mash. Because it didn't hit me. Okay. Ooh. Leveling up during the battle is totally fine. Not a problem. I'm gonna Earthquake just so this Roserade doesn't have a chance to do anything. It doesn't have Poison Point. It has Technician, but just in case. That should KO. There's no shot that doesn't, right? We took out the bulky Pokemon was the Togekiss. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think there's only one left, right? It's just Garchomp! Let's go! Come on, Earthquake! Let's do it! I think that's it. There's no shot it survives that, right? Come on! No! Oh, the idiot. The greed! The greed! The absolute greed from this man. Bro. Sword Stance. This freaking Garchomp, dude. Get a higher roll this time, Breadstick. Come on. Finish it off. We still outspeed. Yeah, we're good. Burst try! Let's go! No deaths in the Pokemon League. Let's go! Finally! 60 hours! Smallant couldn't beat my ROM hack, guys. It's too hard for him. I just did it first try. That was my first time doing a Nuzlocke, too. The Ludlock is done. We did it. And everyone is getting unbanned. Unban! Welcome back, everyone. And thanks for watching.